Hello everyone. Welcome to our new video. Make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications and updates. I have changed the narrator voice. I hope you guys like it. And also sorry for the late update. Episode 8. The episode starts with the hunter on his knee telling the MC that he has killed 2 demonic beasts before. Our MC thinks to himself that this person definitely has a strong aura surrounding him, this much expected from a person who claims that he has killed 2 demonic beasts and that he definitely is not lying about it. The old bear tells our MC that he is a hunter from the town. He tells that his name is Iron Axe. Bear further adds that there is a rumor that this hunter possesses the lineage of the giant of Majin clan. Our MC asks the hunter that you said that you have killed demonic beasts. Iron Axe replied that he had killed a wolf species and a boar species. MC is a bit confused to hear that, and he asks him that what does he mean by species? Iron Axe explains to MC that species is a way in which the hunter classifies the demonic beasts. They were originally ordinary animals for the forest, but because of the evil, they become ferocious during the months of demon during the winter, which makes them very hard to deal with. He further adds that the wolf species would become more agile and cunning, which makes the only way to deal with them is to set a trap in advance. While boar species' skin becomes though, and its defense increases, which makes it hard to deal with, and its skin cannot be pierced at the distance of 50 yards even with a crossbow. MC is thinking about the situation, and he concludes that the strong animals of the forest become stronger while the agile ones becomes even more faster. Iron Axe exclaims that exactly these demonic beasts are not the most terrifying of them deal with. He further adds to what he wants to say, that the most terrifying among these monsters are the mixed species. Our MC is shocked at what he is hearing right now. Iron Axe continues talking about the mixed breed species. He says that these mixed species are truly terrifying, and only hell can create such monsters. He says that he has only once seen a mixed breed in his life. It possessed a strong body with a pair of wings on its body. Because of these wings, that demonic beast could fly short distances. He adds that furthermore it seems to be able to know his location and were always able to track him down while he tried to run for his life. At the end he survived only by jumping into the Chishui River before he got unconscious, and that's how his life got saved. Our MC thinks to himself that this world is becoming more and more fantasy-like. He thinks that a strong wall can blockade all the normal animals. But what about those beasts who can fly like the mixed species? MC looks at the chief knight and inquires from him that the mixed species should be scarce, right? The chief knight replies that there are not many of them, your highness. During each month of demon there would only be 2 to 3 mixed species. If not, the Longsong stronghold might have faced a huge problem each year. Our MC says, so it's indeed like this. He stands up and slams his hand on the table in front of him. He tells the chief knight that he has decided to stay at the border town during these months of demon. Chief knight and old Barav is shocked at what he just heard from the prince's mouth. The chief knight tires explaining to him that this matter definitely out of the question, your highness. Just the wild boar species demonic beasts alone, only the elite troops at the stronghold are able to deal with them. Adding on with their massive numbers, without a strong wall of support relying on guards alone to defend against the demonic beasts, after the casualties go over 10%, everything would surely fall apart. Our MC is just looking at him silently while he says all this. And after that our MC tells him, if that's IT, what if I gave you a wall? I will give you a wall right between the bottom of North Slope Mountain and Chishui River. The chief knight tells the prince nervously, even if you want to fool around, you must also have a limit. Do you know how long it would take to build a wall like this? Not mentioning that there is only less than 4 months until the months of the demon. Even if we had 4 years, there may not even be enough time for us to build the wall. Our MC, while taking a seat on his chair, tells the chief knight, I understand this. You don't have to come to a conclusion this fast. If there is no reliable wall by that time, I will follow you and retreat to Longsong stronghold. I don't have the intentions to discard my life at this damned place. The chief knight, listening to this, gets on his knee and tells MC that he swears to him to his last breath. The scene shifts to Grey Castle Blue Waterport. We see the third princess standing at pier and saying that the sea winds are getting colder and winter is approaching. She asks her knight, whose name is Rain, "Ryan, when will our black sail fleet be able to return?" Rain gets on his one knee and replies if nothing unexpected happens, they will be able to arrive at Blue Waterport in 3 days. The third princess tells him that, "This is this year's last voyage. I hope that they will bring me a sufficient surprise." She further adds that, "If you hide gold royals in a cupboard, they will be just like stones. Only by spending the gold royals, then would they be able to exhibit their true worth." Narrator note: gold royals is the currency of this world. She tells her knight that, "Let's go back inside the room. The wind is getting stronger and stronger." They get to the palace of the third princess and her knight Rain asks her that, "Your Highness, there is one thing that I don't understand. How are you able to foresee all of this before the king had even announced the fight for the throne?" She replies, "Foresee? I did not know that father would think of a fight for the throne, this kind of lousy idea, to help pave the way for that darling second son of his." She further adds that, "Will the person who governed their city the best definitely be able to sit on the throne of Grey Castle? I originally thought that you would be able to understand after you had seen the Black Sail Fleet plan, Ryan." Knight Rain thinks to himself, "So that is the reason your fleet is not only built for gathering fortune, allowing plundering, and not adding taxes. Ever since Black Sail Fleet plan has been commenced, IT has gained experienced sailors, fierce warriors, and the support of the people." He also thinks about the princes, this is Grey Castle's third princess, Garcia Wimbledon, a woman who is able to rely on her insight and strength to ascend onto the throne. The third princess asks her knight, "Oh, that's right. Leave those things aside first. I heard that those little tricks has failed." Rain replies to her, "Yes, there is only news from Border Town, reporting that the pill has failed. For the other places, there wasn't even any news." She tell him that, if there are no news from other places, it means that they were killed by my brothers. It is as expected. She further added that, however, "I did not expect that even fourth brother was able to be safe and sound. To speak the truth, I feel a bit disappointed." Rain tells her, Kingfisher said in the secret letter that she personally saw the fourth prince eat the pill with her own eyes. She replies to him, "Failure means failure. I do not want to listen to any explanations. It will soon be the months of the demon. My adorable fourth brother is going to go to Longsong Stronghold to take refuge, right?" She adds TP what she is saying and says, "When the demonic beasts attack, the stronghold will definitely be in Dissaran for quite a while. You write a letter to King Fisher, tell her to grab hold of this opportunity." The knight in his knee replies to her, "Yes, your highness." She tells him that, "The pill was bought from Alchemy Master in Bill's, right? What did he say at that time?" "The pill is colorless, tasteless, and melts immediately when comes into contact with water. Death is definite if the pill is taken, incurable, and is the latest achievement of his alchemy, right?" The knight replied to her that yes, that indeed the case. She issues her order to the knight to hang that alchemy master. Chapter 9. We see Anna sitting in meadows surrounded by animals and she is reading something. We see a person in black clothes approach her and he says to her, "Anna, what are you reading again today? Poetry of nobles? Or is it the history of religion development?" She greets that person, and we know from this that this person is her teacher Carl Van Bate. We see her picture breaking like a broken glass. He remembers the time of Anna's hanging when people were screaming that she is evil and she should be hanged. He remembers the time when Anna is covered with a cloth and a rope was around her neck, and she was hanged to death. He looks at his hands trembling, then hold his face and says, "No, no." We see that he wakes up from this terrible dream and he thinks, "I dreamed of Anna's hanging again." He thinks to himself, if such a pure girl like Anna can also be proclaimed as evil, those administrative officials at Grey Castle whose greed can't be satisfied should be the devils that came from hell. He further thinks, If not for them substituting out the stone materials so that they can pocket a few hundred gold rovals, IT would not have caused the new theater building to collapse while it was undergoing construction and drag in the lives of over 30 people. He thinks in his mind that they should be the people who should be hanged. He thinks to himself with blood in his eyes. He thinks that this kingdom did not give them the ruling they deserve. Instead, IT was the innocent stonemasons association who bore the charge. He thinks while standing up from his chair. Imposing heavy tax, uneven distribution of resources, public safety and disorder, and crowning the title of devil on an innocent and confused girl, cruelly sending her to the gallows. He exclaimed in his heart that, God, what is true evil? Are you able to see it clearly? We see someone knocking on his door, and he opens the door for that person. She pulls on his cloths and tells him, Teacher, I feel that something is wrong with my body. She asks, Will I be hanged just like Anna? Carl Van Bate rubs her on the head and replies to her, No, you will get better. Teacher will protect you well. We see Carl Van Bate on the town streets, and he is thinking that, I did not stand up when the Stonemason Association was destroyed. I also did not stand up when Anna was hanged. I cannot let the same thing happen to Nana. I must do something. Carl Van Bate hears some commotion that people are making on the street. He hears people saying, the fourth prince actually wants to hire people to construct Border Town at this time. Stone grinder, mud craftsman, handyman. There are quite a few different jobs that he is looking for. Is this real or fake? Does it cover food and shelter? How much can they give us per day? One of the men replies that, Don't think about it. You can't even build a manure pit properly. What else would you even be able to construct? All the other people laughed at him. We see a work notice on a notice board which is placed in the town center. You people can pause the video and read the work notice. Carl Van Bate is shocked at seeing the position needed on the work notice. Carl Van Bate thinks to himself, That's right, His Highness. He thinks that it is rumored that His Highness thinking is unique, his personality is different from ordinary people, and he extremely dislikes the Holy Church. But Carl Van Bate also thinks about that. However, it is more likely that I would be treated as the accomplice of witches and be sent to the gallows. He walks away from the notice board thinking, Right now I can only place my hope on that the prince who dislikes the Holy Church will be able to treat the laws of the Holy Church as waste paper. For Anna who has already died, for Nana who is still alive, for the sake of the cracks in my heart to stop becoming any wider. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and comment and like the video.